Oh, whoa, starting at the back. Am I always just starting at the back in these random, more yearly races? Is this just what's happening now? Anyway, 2018 cars, bad year. Starting last. This video is brought to you by the Choking Hazard podcast. Search for it on your favourite podcast provider or check out bruvy.com/podcast for the latest episode and much more via the link in the description. It was the one on, was it 2014, I think? I started last. Well, pretty much last. Now, I've started at the front on some of them, so it's been a mixed bag. But yeah, 2018. Probably one of the worst years for GTA Online. We've had a lot of good cars. We've had the good times. Now we're definitely getting into the bad times. 2018 specifically was one of the worst for cars in the game, because this is where we got the advanced handling flags. Yay! Arena War DLC gave us the end of the XXR, the Taipan, and all those other beautiful cars with the advanced handling flags that completely ruined them. We're going to drive them all in this race. Thankfully though, because we're on Project Homecoming, we get to drive the cars without the flags. So we'll drive the better experiences. We see a bit of our future with that festival bus. Stafford, one of the decent cars from 2018 actually. To be fair, it was a mixed bag because the 2018... the start of 2018, we had some leftover cars from the drip feed of 2017. So, you know, it wasn't all bad, at least in terms of the cars that are in this race. There's probably going to be some, and we've obviously tried to... There's obviously a lot of cars. We've stuck to 25 cars for the race, but there's a lot that we've left out. But we've also tried to mix it up a little bit with the type of cars, so we get a bit of variety, a bit of field spread, and then it all comes together at the end, as it always does. Oh, then it's my turn for the festival bus. The next lap. Okay, well, we're getting it out of the way at least. And I'm already at the back of the pack, so... Am I going to be last by the end of this lap? Maybe, nearly. I will clarify, I suppose, that advanced handling flags, there's a lot of them. There's like 30 different advanced handling flags these days. Not all of them are bad. Some of them actually do some, you know, good things or some useful things. But the cars in 2018 that were the cars that we saw them first. So the very first iteration of advanced handling flags came in 2018 on the cars, and that's why they've got such a bad rep, obviously. You know, the stupid advanced flag that makes the car bounce off the rev limiter and, you know, all this kind of horrible stuff. Those all came into force in 2018. Since then, a lot of advanced handling flags have been added that have done lots of different things that are quite useful. For example, one of them that's called Fix Old Bugs. It stops the off-road tyres being useful on cars with tyres can clip. So if a car's got tyres can clip, but it also has this advanced flag that's called Fix Old Bugs, you don't need to put off-road tyres on it. That's why most new cars lately, there's no benefit to putting off-road tyres on them. But yeah, the advanced flags that we got in 2018 with the Arena War DLC and After Hours, I think it was as well. Those were the bad ones, and those cars are still bad to this day. But we get to drive the nice versions of those cars on Project Homecoming. And I remember at the time, Project Homecoming was a thing at the time, and they removed all those flags straight away, immediately. And I remember driving the... Oh, I can get out of last place! Come on, go, 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 go! Yes, I'm not in last. 31st out of 32nd. That's a long time that I was in last place there. Well, hopefully I'll be able to come back through the pack as other people get their festival buses later on. But yeah, I remember driving the Swinger. The Swinger was so nice on Project Homecoming without the advanced flags, and it's so horrible on the vanilla version of the game. It's a shame they never removed them in regular GTA, but hey ho. The Hustler is a very nice car from 2018, actually. Drives nicely on vanilla GTA as well. Great little car. Sounds great too. Fun to drive, fun to race with. If anyone doesn't know anything about advanced handling flags, I do have an unlisted playlist that explains, like, it goes through the whole story of how it all happened and videos explaining everything and stuff like that. I'll leave the playlist link for that down in the description of this video if you want to catch up on advanced flags. But this was the worst, probably, or one of the worst, the Entity XXR. The car that was slower than the Entity XF because of the advanced flags. As soon as you remove the advanced flags, it suddenly got so much quicker. And people couldn't believe that they finally added a new Entity and it was slower than the XF. And then they did it all over again with the Entity MT. Because they just copy-pasted the XXR with all the bad flags applied. Man, it's nice to drive that car without them. It is nice to drive that car without them. It is a nice driving experience. Making up places as people are getting their festival buses. But yeah, 2018, especially with the Arena War DLC, for a long time that's been my firm belief that that's been the worst DLC ever in GTA Online. I think mostly because the potential was there for it to be a great DLC. The content was just so badly executed. And we got all the advanced flags added that it was just horrendous. But the Mercenaries DLC is going to give it a run for its money, I think. I haven't thought about it fully yet, but yeah. Alright, don't jump. Okay, where can I even boost with this? There we go. Oh god. The Scramjet has advanced flags as well. It's not the nicest to drive, but it's not one of the worst from a driving experience. It's not great, but okay, I don't dare boost here. I'll boost on to the start line. Got a wide variety of cars, to be fair. They really went hard on the variety of cars. Flash GT, another one with the advanced flags that was absolutely horrendous on vanilla GTA, but really, really nice to drive without them. Such a shame. The Michele GT is another one like that. Yeah, at least Arena War was still content. You could just ignore it, and we got some decent things like the Schlag and GT and stuff. Actively removing content is another thing entirely. Which makes Mercenaries a little bit worse, I think. And a lot of these cars that we're seeing in this, that were added with the in 2018, you probably can't buy anymore after the Mercenaries DLC. Here it is, the Swinger. There's a video on my channel, and it's part of that Advanced Handling Flags playlist, I think. That's just titled Driving the Stinger Without Advanced Flags, I think. And it was just me having a race on Project Homecoming with this car without the advanced flags. And just marveling at how nice it is to drive. It's an absolutely glorious car without them. It's so nice to drive. This is the biggest shame of all of them, I think. Because it's a beautiful car to drive as a base thing. And then the advanced flags just ruin it. Oh, I'm back on the lead lap. Imperator. Up into 10th as people are getting their festival buses. Maybe it was good that I got my festival bus out the way early when I could have a clean lap with it. Keep me out of all trouble. It's a shame that this car was only an arena vehicle and wasn't just made as a vehicle you could buy and have as like a non-arena contender, usable in races and stuff like that. Still got the Scarab to come. That's going to be a slow lap as well. Not as slow as the festival bus though. Speedo Custom. The van that was added with the nightclub that you can actually use in a race, in a Vans race, weapons and all. Which was a bit of an oversight on Rockstar's part. Speedo Custom in 10th and 11th places. Synchronized. Oh, I'm glad he respawned. A Rockstar oversight? How strange. I know, right? The Shelly GT. Another one that I would never want to own on vanilla GTA, but nice here. I'm close to losing the lead lap again. Right, back a lap down. Not that it matters because, as we've always done with these yearly random races, everyone will get to finish all of their laps. Don't think we mentioned that at the start, so everyone who's racing, make sure you pull off to the side of the track when you finish, if you're finishing early. A Tyrant. This was really hampered by the flags. I think I remember, like, just as a base car without the flags, this thing absolutely flies. Like, easily the fastest top speed car in the game or something when it was released. Can't really put this to good use at the minute. Too much traffic. Picks my way through. Oh, big crash. Big old crash. For the leader as well. Camacho time. This was a good addition, to be fair. The new quickest vehicle in the off-roads class at the time. Fun car to drive. Yeah, it destroyed an already destroyed class. Off-roads has never been the most balanced class at the top. There's always been big gaps, and that's been the case even since. Every new fastest off-road car obliterates the last one. ZR380. Again, the fact that there was no clean version of this, that it was only for arena. Jujo jumped. See, it's not just me. Damn, I'm in top 5. I've gone from last to 5th. Still got a few slow cars to go yet, though. This is the clean version of the ZR380, by the way, that is only available on Project Homecoming. The vanilla version is called ZR380 Custom on Project Homecoming, which is how it should be in vanilla, really. At least, yeah, the Euros from the Tuners DLC kind of fixed that a little bit, I suppose. Right, Tesseract, the car that isn't affected by catch-up. And everyone thought was the fastest car in the game for a while in terms of top speed, because people who do their top speed testing on stunt road pieces said it was, even though it was all slower than doing it on regular roads. The Tesseract, it was just all the advanced flags. The advanced flags made the cars slower than on regular roads relative to everything else. The Jester Classic. The fun bit of trivia about the Jester Classic. It was released with the After Hours DLC, the nightclub DLC, as a drip feed vehicle. People looked at it using, you know, mods and things, and as we can look at early drip feed vehicles early even now, looked at it, realised the model was absolutely atrocious, had bugs all over the place. So Rockstar never released it. They fixed the issues and released it for Arena War instead in the next DLC. It's the only drip feed vehicle that never actually got released as part of the drip feed. Yeah, the front lights were all horrible and it was just a mess of a car. Ooh, Italy GTO. Damn, I'm in second? So the Italy GTO drives nicely here. Isn't it the other way around? Did I get them the wrong way around? Okay, the other way around then. Arena War first, and then After Hours. Sorry. Either way, it was released as the drip feed of one DLC, and then never got released as part of that drip feed. Honestly, it's amazing that the Italy GTO can still get the lap time that it does in sports. Obviously, it's all because of the... Oh, bloody hell. Obviously, it's all because of the advanced flags and the absolute crazy boosts that it gets from the curbs. The Italy GTO, one of the most boosty vehicles. The Viserys, when this came out, this was bugged as well. Crazy 140 mile per hour top speeds that they had to apply advanced handling flags to it to fix. Oh, San Andreas Super Sport Series was the one that introduced the advanced flags. Right, okay. Do you know what? I completely forgot about that DLC's existence. So was it the Jester Classic was meant to come with Southern San Andreas Super Sport Series? Toros. We've had some of the more bouncy cars. The Italy GTO and the Toros were like the second breed of advanced flags with the super bouncy vehicles. They were all over the place. You couldn't drive them properly, the Italy GTO and the Toros, because the flags just made them horrendous on any bump or curb. It was awful. Oh, am I going to get into the lead? Into the lead! I've still got slow cars to come, so it's not going to last, but I've officially gone from 32nd to first. Wow. There we go, and now we get the slow one. So it didn't last very long, but hey, that was fun coming back through the pack. So yeah, either way, the Jester was meant to come in whichever DLC was before the DLC that it was actually released in, basically. I've forgotten the I think I've just wiped the DLCs from 2018 from my mind because they were so horrendous. But yeah, that's the story anyway. Whatever the order that they were in, it doesn't matter really. They did negate the bounce on the GTO and the Toros. They made the bouncy advanced flag a little bit less bouncy in future updates, so it's not as bad as it was on release, but it's still not great. It's so much better without them. Patriot Stretch. What a machine. This was definitely after hours. Still the slowest in the SUVs class, I think. I'm in a Toros sandwich. I've got a Toros in first and a Toros in third. Oh god. Don't beep your horn at me. There's back down to 5th. Neon. The Neon was a good car in 2018. Off-road tyres make it nicer as well, more smooth of a driving experience. And its acceleration is really cool. At least when you're racing in the same sort of like tier of sports cars. It's kind of a fun pick sometimes against some sports cars. Oh, we're coming down to the last lap. The Sasquatch. Final lap in the Sasquatch. Sasquatch versus Patriot Stretch. Versus a Swinger 6 seconds back. We're not catching second. Yes! There's third. Can I stay in third? What a car to get at the end. Big car for a big finish. Have I just gone from pretty much last on the grid at the start of the race to a podium? That's a friggin' great result. Alright, get off the track. That's a great result. That's one of my better races I think I've ever done. In terms of these, certainly that's the best random yearly race I've done. Another one on Ron Raceway for 2016 was good because I finished second, but I had a higher starting position then. To be starting last on the grid and to get a third, I am very happy with that. That's awesome. That's awesome. I wonder how far back I was to the top 2 after the first lap. And how much time I've lost over the course of the entire race. Because it feels like it hasn't been much. It was really enjoyable as well. There's such a wide variety of different car types. So I got all the way from last with the festival bus initially. I was in stone dead last. All the way to first, and then it kind of balanced out at the end as it always does. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. 2018 may have given us some absolutely horrendous cars for the vanilla version of the game, but being able to race them as they should be on Project Homecoming gave us a great race. So I'm happy with that.